it was a really good show tonight. So, so we will kick off about SummerSlam Fallout from tonight's Monday Night Raw. So, so let's go between Monday Night Raw. So, one of us really good show tonight. So yes, it was okay because yes, it was okay. So 81 subscribe and this channel 81 subscribe to this channel and you get one application below on my screen right here at the bottom of my screen. So here's some my new top channels in the top below. There are two separate ways and so much more. So let's go break down about the stories, rivalries of yes, it was the greatest moments of all time. With 2 decades on Monday Night Raw, with 2 decades. So let's go break down live right here. So speaking of Seth Rollins, he was a kick off to the post SummerSlam episode of WWE Raw. I just said for 48 hours to remove her from pulling off as one of the greatest. It wasn't in WWE history that new World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins. So it was a hit to the ring to kick things off to the show. He wasn't flanked by Sir Uncle Paul Heyman. This was a big Boston lead and Braun Breaker and Paul Heyman to recap the events of SummerSlam. So this was before Tony the mic all to unfortunately I get we're in an hour Seth Rollins area, he said. So this was a shame. Was it on every single one of you? And you turned your back on me. As you went to Rollins, he was a crystal clear. So he was so fans in Brooklyn same on every single person in that locker room. I knew who made it deal. He wasn't missing to stop on me from this was Scarlett casting in my money in the bank case. I did he continue, he said. So this was they were so smart. They so clever. He added before this was warning to anyone. I knew that he always has a plan B. I just ran to Rollins. He wasn't just hostile. His towel overhead. He was is clean. And this is a way looking forward and this is the forces funny naming his faxes. They took him every night. He was to come out to interrupt Seth Rollins to the assassins was it always he claimed that Seth Rollins did not fake his injury to cash in money in the bank, but this was ready to evolve. So the bidding that was coming his way at the hands of the megastar, he signed Seth Rollins for the world title match, to which I just here to follow up said the crowd, and was before. He said, no, and I've been walking out. Into when Raw against Minister Adam Peels appeared in security announced that every night goes one-on-one against Seth Rollins was at the title with Boston Reed, and Braun Breaker has been from the ringside. Andrew went every night. He wasn't too insulting himself. Is it? Andrew make sense with the context of the story. After he Neville has assist to wrap things up. Andrew with Seth Rollins. Andrew in has the last guy. Japan. Andrew said forcing it is. He wasn't only legal. So it wasn't that he would target him in the world title. So this was not nothing enough. It was the opponent take heel as one. This was a word of God when Savannah would have been going over the good ideas of lobbing it into the straight edge superstar, and it is to positive dominance for his premature appearance later inside the show. So, in next match, got Sheamus goes one-on-one against Rusev. And he with between with Sheamus and Rusev, well, just matches about between the Sato and a sweet in the ongoing rivalries. Also has to squad off once again on Monday night. I just said this week physical match up. If we saw both men, this was a last still and very physical on East over Rusev. He wasn't low to he was really Sheamus down, but the Cornet Royal to bother through it. It took a fight to set the area floor and it get teed off on his over. It says no punts, it says fights. So Joseph was lamely unable to just throwing set a fight. He wasn't in a double count out. Also in May, same as 10 beats as a ball win, just assessed as a balling vote. I just said the fans were not the only ones, but the result too has said too. I was confidence continued the ball and fading off security called a referee to came out and they will so those two have to spread out and he looks for the east or a pun is gunable. And the winner on this match is Sheamus and was for a double count out. So this means it's no match on this contest. So I think between Sheamus and Russell or somebody is possible having a bad match. I think those about this was not knowing it has good, has still possibly of two. I think it was a means to end has so far has settings up at one last bottle between the two. And with Rusev appears to be insulted, he also resulted in his doing some of the best work. Most of either of his ones in WWE, I think we're calling it one right now. So in the next match, we got Penta goes 1-on-1 against Grayson Waller. So this was born out of a backstage, just it was a compliment, and this was made. It's voiced by Adam Pearce. And Penta will score off with Grayson Waller in the singles competition. So it was an audio of the New Day's music played. It was Kofi Kingston and Silver Bulls made their way to the ringside area and the opposite points expressions that allowed to Grayson Waller. So this was to the size and 12 after of each to the match. Into win, but Penta's got a new hat. Penta was wearing a hat on his head. Until Penta overcame his opponent. He was so into when Penta overcame his opponents with a shock of a sobbing knee at one point. Added in a striking Mexican death throw for the win. This was after the match. It was Penta made a fool of the New Day and put in most point on was over with a TOPE on the heels. And the winner on this match is Penta. So this was probably guessable wrestling that we saw Penta look strong and pick up a cup. Also causing a win against a guy in Grayson Waller who can get over any crowd. So he was a coward regardless of soft and whether he wins or loses. And New Man Penta is still incredible over with attendance and hopefully has a sense to rebuild some of the moment he lost on the road to SummerSlam when he faded into the background. So, into with women's tag team championship match, you got Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss will take on Summit Day. So, so we have it at Summit Day, and it was Boston Perez. After it would kill Rodriguez to end up in a promo from a new women's tag team champions, Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. So this was leading to a second boxing title match on tonight. So into win Boston Perez and Raquel. This was a touring earlier in often and was cutting the queen down, exhausting her from her partner. As it will, this was where the women's tag title returned back into the gasp of the Summit Day. So also a month's need a tag to Bliss did not help Miles has the former champions. So this was continue until the admissions of the new title holders. Andrew between looking it with great the gold, and they lost such 48 hours. Audio. Andrew should return of flew to set the mess up, putting it months needed spark with a baby face. It wasn't going to come back. So it wasn't that including it flipping clothesline and a pistol perfect midsole. I wasn't had to ask the ball down. It was Boston Perez set up played a double skirting dive, only to be so this was to be imprinted by Bliss, and he was throwing just in the mat with Sister Abigail. I just 3 seconds slow into Sabians to retain. And the winner on this match, Mr. Bliss and Charlotte Flair. So, I think just that it might be force you to show it and send for Flair and said hi. I just in the promo that it was a point to the match was awful. It wasn't included winning by someone Tom Death to the team of Flair and Bliss and why it has worked to this point. So this was lucky to the match was fun and to I wasn't remind of fools in light of Summit Day or a formal Sabians without having to give them the win. To do it, both teams must look great to the finish. And it was competitive into a white team with all just a daylight outside the crowd. So, the next match got Dragon Lee goes 1-on-1 against Dominic Mysterio. So, this was the past days when Rhea Ripley to reinvented her the soul to finally to undefeating Aya Sky. It wasn't doing past days. So this was in concert with Sky, the former women's world champion, she responded by telling Mommy she will never be whole. So this was elsewhere past days. It was Fakia. He was told Bailey she needed to escape. So Bailey and said they will need friends and need enemies and she empowered the role model to stay away from her. As you went back into the area of Intercross champion, it was Dominic Mysterio to score off with Dragon Lee in a preview of Turbonia SXX, and we both with Santa's like it is a deal Figo for the NAA Mega Championship in a 4-way match. So this was also informing it inclining and coming out was late. So this was late into the match and Dragon Lee walked in appeal to be on his way to the victory. It was a double stomp. I just jumped to the top rope. It was into it finding cameo, a pair of 2 over me deal. Boston failed recording one who caught Dragon Lee with a kick to the face and was standing up set of Dominic Mysterio victory. So into with that's gonna be a time by now. So this was added to the match there was AJ Styles into the ring, including of Johnny Dawn is out, and ensuing the rivalry with this realistic continue. Anyway, on this match, Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley against Io Sky and La Fagia against Bayley or Massive Certificate could easily toss in on a Private Live event main card right now. I did not need a championship to get them deal between the issues between the women in each match. Also, all where Dawson could carry those matches without the promise of toss and strike at a strike. I just said a cameo thing is a textbook case of taking something that worked against all alike and overdoing it to do the point. Also that it lose is a friend who knows what from this will take, but it is hard not to think. I think it will lose a slight of what and it will say Gable because of the disconnected work to the fans into the fourth place. Entering the Mysterio against AJ Styles was funny at SummerSlam, and so with the good idea is to bring it back, so be it. So, speaking of Nikki Bella, he was a step up to Becky Lynch to interrupt her promo. She said, so I was after undefeated linebacker to retain her women's intercall championship at SummerSlam, and with Becky Lynch considering to address her win and look forward. She teases on the floor and leaves dinosaurs, and then so just it back and was tracking on it. And this was only for Nikki Bella to arrive on the scene. After the two tweeted before making Lynch took a step forward. He wasn't about responding to a comment about her husband, Seth Rollins. I did his life by taking a shot at Nikki Bella's personally registered with John Cena. So this was speechless. So this was Nikki Bella laid down the silence when a match, but the man, he wasn't leave her to close the assessment and stand tall. So I just said a crowd to reactions to Becky Lynch shot at Nikki Bella. I wasn't informing Cena was joining in, because there is nothing like a kid peek behind the corner. So he wasn't open content to pop the attendance. It was Nikki Bella. It's not the most drawing opponent for Becky Lynch, but with the this was preemptive opponents can bring the follow on the mic with other freaks of what it makes it could prove to be a more inflatable path to their opponent match and that anyone will accept. I use the announcement by Naomi here on commentary that the women's more Serbian were undefeated against Io Sky from next week. So Anya makes for a big time in main event and creates some drama around it was still to kill about championship opportunity at Clash in Paris. So here's the main event. So we got World Heavyweight Championship match. You got every night goes 1-on-1 against Seth Rollins. I just made audience at night. It was an open power assessment. It was every night. He was assigned Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship into the main event. On Monday's broadcast, and a back and forth match. It saw each man cut the over off more than once. This was catching the Tremor offense and doing such enough to undefeated set asses spill just at the floor, and it wasn't set up to allow a stomp onto the exposed. It was a clean floor. It was CM Punk came from out of nowhere. It was a sneak attack. Seth Rollins in sorts of revenge was a cast in. So this was that cost him the world title. It was Braun Breaker. He was supposed to best into the world. Very spill. After in with Boston Reed, he helped the Hills stand tall. It was Roman Reigns took him out to interrupt it so. Was a closely celebration true and took to the fight to set the Hills. He ran out Boston Reed and Braun Breaker, but Rollins escaped. And he discussed the return of his minions to the ring, almost at the door. So this was for the etiquette to allow the jump to the OTC. I will have three tsunamis from Boston Reed left Roman Reigns. He wasn't laying into a night for the Hills fastens. Anyway, on this match, it's Seth Rollins. I think it's the most. I think that WWE has not taken advantage of how all every night is by putting one is the top two titles on him. He is a headliner who for whatever reason has not. Hey guys, thank you for sending a comment. So I get in and what the reason has been demand. Yeah, I heard about Brock Lesnar is back. And so I've been doing this about last night I did, maybe, something like that. So it was a demand when we of that one and followed post just at the top. So it just was the addressing up from CM Punk. It made sense. And he probably should have come into the show because this was spoken with the good idea was that and he was just pissed off about what happened to him and in his championship ring at Sunday night. And to win Seth Rollins having a sweet monument his lost baby face. and continues to his title with say also waiting into wings instead of like call and set up and so it matters for set ones 12 so whereas said here before he gives it to you his with a minute 42 program with pound of woman wings. So this was just the body should not set red hot so and one will have suspended from supposed point live event. This is a war. As in fact, it was not until the following two assessments of the night I really did felt like this was it makes sense of character as it has it with episode 2 programs also responded by them to favorite Harry into the top of the main card of Monday night was a visible fossil. I used a lack of systematic follow up to Ripley against a Sky against Naomi is it this was abundance of lazy bookings. I knew instant is numerous you want a match. Was it with communism not to miss a was it very flat only Palmer Southman is out of set ones in set first mate. Also with this one down the schizophrenic two Southmans. I knew we were strong in lasting possible so that enough to this meet the overall grade this past advice of events. So here's the next one. So Inhuman Savant explains why he faked a knee surgery on March tonight. He told Inhuman Savant knew that in order to get a clear shot, he was at casting in his money in the bank contract at SummerSlam and then he will have to come up with the plan. Anderson knew heavyweight championship opened up on Monday night episode of Raw in Brooklyn, and it laid out for faking a knee surgery 3 weeks ago at Sunday Night Main Event. And when Savon said he only of 2 people with the truth about his health, his wife Becky Lynch. And in his uncle Paul Heyman, anyone else was left is the dark concert entire of WWE medical staff. I knew I also ghostly for example and get his eminence like Emily's to lower the guard and straight when they last expected it to plan. This was booked to play apparitions on Sunday night, had Seth Rollins. So he was to drop his cousins attack CM Punk and still to the World Heavyweight Championship in minutes after. So in human CM Punk, Jeff Arnold going to win the gold. So into once of those enemies is every night. He wasn't even in New Jersey this past weekend for the biggest point of the summer. And he went with however the Megastar made so to get to Broken 4 among the episode of Raw. Also has as the last man to beat every night wanted his shot as a title and he wanted it on Raw, and Savalas Cody turned him down. Injured but in walks here and impales with Amos and makes it a match. And also not only that, but Von Winkle and possibly would beat. It was a berry from the ringside and payback for the new champions and lies to WWE and personal. So this can make up my YouTube killing poll posted at night. So if you like Monday Night Raw tonight, please give it a like and subscribe. So give me 1 minute here, guys. So Monday Night Raw, between Monday Night Raw was good. So give me 1 second here. Hold on. So 60% liked it tonight. We got 67% it's alright. 6% didn't like it. Let's go to my X poll. So give me 1 second here. So I got 2% like this show tonight. 2% is alright. And 2% didn't like it. So and you been seeing Punk and every night has their argument when all said it ill tonight. So yep, this is what's strings between them. So here's a new match for this Wednesday night from AEW Dynamite. So Tony Khan makes it a full sort of just announcement before they did it for Benny Door in TV's title for a qualifier match. This Wednesday, a four-way demands who represents AEW in TBS title four-way against the champions against the Silencers from CM, ML, Stardom, at AEW for Benny Door. So Tony Khan tweeted out about 52 minutes. He tweeted out. Also, Tony Khan has announced, says, always death before dishonor to 200 area in Jaffrey, Pennsylvania on Friday on 29th. August 29th. So like that. So we have a new match until August 29th. So let me see to open this up if you want to see this. So here's a new match for a always World Championship. They got Mondeo goes 1-on-1 against Hiskio into Friday, August 29th. So last time I watched All Rates Ring of Honor on YouTube channel. I watched that before. So every day I've been doing wrestling news and content. So when I start doing this, so I also like for me, I just like doing wrestling news from anybody. Like, we can talk about wrestling news and stuff, something like that. So we can talk about that too. I think it looks like Roman Reigns will be off WWE for a while and more. He might. So I was thinking about Roman Reigns has a Street Fighter movie that's coming up soon. That's what he said. So hold on, let me see. Let me see about Roman Reigns wrestle. So Roman Reigns has to work about his movies, like the Street Fighters. He might be taking his time off. So let me see. Hold on. So I was thinking about. So Roman Reigns has been cast as Arkham and Live as a Street Fighter movie, so he might be taking off his work as a play. So I want to say about Roman Reigns could make the movie of the Street Fighter movie when taking his time off. So he has plans to do his work. It probably about Cody Rhodes doing the same thing too. As the Street Fighter movie has two movies like the Street Fighters, like Roman Reigns. It's to make a nightmare of Cody Rhodes. So that's maybe see. Okay, so here's a quick update here. According to WWE, sources told the Father Select to the production is scheduled to begin in September. About that, the timing of raising both questions about parental wrestling conflicts. Insiders said they confident it won't derail muscle plans. In fact, Cody Rhodes is not expected to be on the set long enough to impact Matt's outcomes or storyline. To this weekend, there's slight changes on Roman Reigns filming wrestle have not yet been has confirmed says yet. So that's what I've been hearing about this. So the next pay-per-view is coming up on Sunday, August 34th. It's right here, Clash in Paris. So Clash in Paris is next pay-per-view. So let me see for what's the next pay-per-view is coming up next besides Clash in Paris. Let me see. So let's go my pay-per-view site. A list. So let me see. Hold on. So we did with SummerSlam. So we got Class in Paris on August 34th. The next paper will be on David Crown Soul into October 9th. In between David South Series is on November 29th. As well. So I was thinking about maybe we could bring back on Armageddon and use re-adolescent again. Do you think to bring it back maybe? Um Armageddon in New Year's? Maybe? I was just thinking about that, I think. So I was thinking about Basin Bowling might come into like it's just like last year. So it might do it again on September 7th and September 8th. It's like since last year before, I think. So let me see any daily pay-per-views. What's the next one besides? So let me see. Hold on. So we're done with all of them. So next one we have August 24th. AWX and this appear for being door. So the next one will be AW All Out. September 20th is the next pay-per-view. So let me see a couple more things here. My notes. So let me see. I was thinking he's still looking for his season song. I think this is what Sir Undertaker news to do back doing so what was aggressive area. What else is new? It's time for all to come to and take what he solved. I think. So I think what else is new. It gave him a belt again. I just been thinking about that. I think. So I get what sources get. You get this from, looks like to me, like, so this was like they were setting up a 6-man for Class in Paris. So wait, if the woman is filming the same movie has Cody Rhodes, so it's true, I think. He needs to keep seven women going, but still keep them apart too. So with CM Punk, it was can work as well. So he is filming a movie, and he will be back in time. So I think he's going to be in the new Street Fighter movie. Until we're having for master 8 years, it's hard on a man. And then he says, come back. I think. So he says he's retired from wrestling already. I think he's doing films for Hollywood movies. I think. So I was thinking about that. I think. So here's Roman Reigns looking down, realizing he got his suit took again by Boston Reed. So this was strange already. Strange. I like Boston Reed, but he needs to stop take Roman Reigns' suits. This is crazy. Between Boston Reed still Roman Reigns' suits. I don't get it. So, and you make Pocket is telling Bailey to stay out of her life and host even more. Whether it's sad, it's like late 90s. He moves it into the background. I think so. Maybe, I think. I just said if any models and Melissa is sending me. This is a bonus assessment between Bailey and Malafakia. I was hungry, I think. Let me see. So, speaking of Avani, so, and here's Savon's sport was the highlight of the American, and that's wrestling at his funniest. I got more to get afraid it's all scraps, probably. So, I'm gonna show you guys a quick, it's light. So we will open this up. So we got 3, 8, acquiring 8. So 3, 8, acquiring 8 cameo. So here's Louis Castle, Pete Dunne, and Tyler Bate. Okay, this is strange. So maybe you open this up a quick minute. So here's Louis Castle, here's one his acquiring cameo. So that's Pete Dunne. So I think when he wearing his mask, so he might call him Perry, acquiring cameo. I think when just all using a mask. So here's the next one. So in this one, it's Tyler Bate has acquiring cameo of 3 of them. So this was hilarious of 3. So we got 3 acquiring cameos. That's strings. Andrew Mike's Magic is 6 was out tonight on Raw. It's just like same year. So that's crazy. Like, what year is that? I don't know what year SmackDown last year was called Target Smack, maybe. I think. So this is the same thing as last year. 2 years. So it might be just like, let me see. Let me look it up here. Talking Smack. WWE. I don't know what year's that band. So it might be 2021, just like last year. Has a Talking Smack. So this was almost lasting since like 2021, and this is 2025. So let me see to open things up. A quick minute here. So this is this year, and this is from last year, since 2021. So that's crazy. So this was like back in 2021 again, just like 2025. So that's crazy. I think. It's a new day. So let me see. Roman Reigns remains the biggest star. Was it in all personal wrestling today? Let me see. I just, so give me 1 minute here, guys. So I knew when he hear Roman Reigns music hits. That's crazy. So every clown in circle with is you, that'd be Seth Rollins. He does. I think. I've been doing tonight's Raw broadcast. Michael Cole announced that Gunjo has sold it dismantled in Apostle. This brought out this Apostle at SummerSlam, and he will be out of Access Lemonade for every Raw results about Gunjo. I think maybe he went into deep this time. It sounds like a freaking new song, I think. He always said he was going to be taking time off after SummerSlam. I'm gonna need to see a doctor. No. Yeah, I think. And Seth Rollins supposedly got hurt, so let's see to approve of that. So let me see this, open this up. It says, it's a new show. It was Young London. So let me see just a quick minute. So here's a young Sunday at Baby Ferry. So I think here's a I was there. You saw it clearly on your table to cut himself open, but after he ever Russell needs to take the time off. I think I don't know what to believe anymore. We will work with Sylvanus injury and into with Sylvanus to win it every injury key for to me right now. So I also have him return to the entire pistol. He's not the world. He might be the world champion right now for the entire pistol. I think let me see here. Intimate Roman Reigns and every night and CM Punk has some wars for each old after Raw tonight. It's been off to the air. That's crazy. So, hold on. So, let me open things up a quick minute. So, into with CM Punk with every night, between every night, those two between them had this argument. So that's crazy, I think. So, I don't know what's happened with off in the air tonight. Hopefully. So that's crazy. So, I think between that went off in the air tonight into Woman and Punk we're talking about the wars went off in the air tonight on Raw. I think he does. He possibly got Sniggles again. He was stealing from Roman Reigns. He has the strings. So obviously it's a big dog, and then what? It's going to guess you get 20% more. I think. So here's the next argument for next video. CM Punk and MNA were arguing after Raw went off to the air. This is crazy. Between this. That's strange. So thank you for watching tonight Raw review tonight. So we will be back here on this Wednesday and so much more. So let me see a couple more here. I think. So here's Ric Flair and with his Chris Brown in made up today. That's crazy. We haven't heard from. So let me see. Soria, maybe. So we haven't seen her. He might be returning really soon. So let me see. So we might go have a slight update on Soria when he comes back to WWE soon. I'm glad to see Brock Lesnar's back. That's crazy. So, okay, wait a second. After when Braun Strowman blasts Jerry over, and after Triple H mixed it up with Kevin Cross Sense. Okay, this is Strings here. After of Triple H, he never forgot that day when Braun Strowman is the eighth in front of the whole world. To the point, is his eighth was saying is the eighth, but when he takes over, just creative, and Braun Strowman is out. Okay, this is what Strings. So, I might meet Randy Orton sometime. I might meet him soon. Or, including AEW too. I might meet these top superstars I want to meet. So this is my bucket list. I haven't met. So, let me see a couple more things here. So, we have a slight update on Kevin Cross and Scarlett Bordeaux about your contracts expired this weekend, I think. So, let me see. Brock Lesnar is added to our WWE 26, 2K26 roster right now until next year. If it was any idea whether he be put into 2K25, I think. We don't think so, I think. So, why not now with Aleister Black, and they can do it with Brock Lesnar? I think. This is putting him on 2K25 to have this made model. So we got 02, 04, and Brock Lesnar should be for every game or DLC of bonus DLC pack. I want like Brock into the game. Why do they make the biggest monster like 2 months before of 6 spots? I think. So what do you guys think between this about Brock Lesnar might be in the game? I don't know. and this will be added to 2K25 as well, surpassing him, I think. I don't know. Okay, so I would hate to see him added to the WWE 2K26 roster. Okay, that's a strings. I can see so they will bring in any DLC pack and you make what less than a pre-O bonus. So do you think, since then I think, probably about the Hardy Boys too. I don't want to see 2K26 we want him now. So do you guys agree on this? Like this? Maybe? Because he was adding support adjustments as his doesn't just play. So this was the only way to find out what about Brock on the WWE 2K25. I put Jason's. Hopefully they put him in this one. He's back. So that's crazy. Let's put him in 2K25. So I want to see you comments on my live super set below. So what do you guys think? Put Brock Lesnar into the game. So what you like to prefer about Brock Lesnar? Maybe that game won't suck, I think. So I want to see Brock Lesnar against Sacrifice 2. Or Brock Lesnar against Sonya and Brock Lesnar at 5. I think. So let me see here a minute. Gonna be 2K. Hold on, let me see. So we're getting the full roster here right now. So we got Aleister Black is in the game already. So what is gonna be next for new pack? So I'm hoping to be Brock Lesnar being in the game of 2K25. Do you think? So there's gonna be packs right now so far. Besides Aleister Black. So let's get Brock Lesnar in this game, I think. So let me see, so WWE 2K26 has been announced by 2K has the next installment into a long running series in personal wrestling and video games. It's only to WWE 2K25. So I might talk about that again this year. So into WWE 2K26 release date will be out March 31st into next year. I think he might. So let me see. There's a lot of calls. I was trying to get Dwayne Sauce to Rock Elite Figure in my game. I think. I had to write this down. I think. Yeah, WSD 23 mask. Plus a card. Or one time World to WrestleMania Tour. Discover Pack. Maybe. Let me see. I just want to say this. TKO's Cody cares a lot about the sponsors and just advertise the loyalty follow Vince McMahon says hours and the article about Slam Sam put his sponsorship on sponsorship. So what if WWE has brought Lesnar is it clear he's been clear and find out in Gucci. So do you think I want to know what's going on between him. I want to know. And it's just real. Explain this. So I was thinking about WWE had to clear this up. Some more just like update about Brock Lesnar, right? And he's not even the other in the case. He was my missus. So do you think of this? I think I put a lot of new information is gonna come in the next couple of days. So we will find out. I will let you guys know until a couple of days. So we have a slight news and updates for you guys for this week. So let me see, couple here. Brock Lesnar's back, and that's fine. So I was thinking about making it banned from by TKO. Do you think? You can't be released? Or maybe I don't know what's going on between WWE. It's okay, but this is like to walk tonight, so let me see. Come up one more thing here and we will wrap it up. So AEW returns to Center on Saturday, November 22nd with AEW 4 tickets with go on sale on Monday, August 25th at 10 a.m. and more info and just information on youtube.com. So we will wrap it up right here, just right now. So have a great Monday. And so we got one Stissel and one Stickle Octopod and podcast and audio service with podcast anything, and so much more. So I will go live this Wednesday from AEW Dynamite. On this Wednesday, we will be back here on Wednesday night, and so much more. So have a great Monday. So have a good night. I'll see you next time. Have a good one, guys. Peace.